This is it. Quick, lad, up you go. Nordri! Nordri.
There are too many orcs. We'll never hold them long enough.
Maybe not, but we can try. Well then, come on, you filth! Baruch Kazor!
Kazana Menu!
We're friends! We're here to help you!
We must work together to overcome these odds.
There's a mounted crossbow over there.
Man the mounted crossbows!
We'll hold them off! Kazan!
To my side!
Kazan!
Keep them away from the weapon! At all costs!
You face the power of the Eldar! Urukai!
Lend a hand here.
Feel my wrath and despair!
I don't know what brings you to a place like this, but I'm mighty glad to see you all the same.
We might say exactly the same. What are you doing here?
We've come to activate an ancient weapon.
With luck, it'll kill a lot of orcs.
What sort of weapon?
You'll see.
Once activated, it'll take some time to do its work.
Aye, and it's sure to bring a lot more orcs down on us, too.
No time for dilly-dallying. Go ahead and use it.
We'll hold off the orcs.
A horn call? Are you mad? You're calling them here!
I did warn you about that.
This is a tall order. time left.
Attack! Drones! We can't hold them all! Attack! For the Longbeard!
Another drone! Feel my wrath and despair!
I can't do that yet.
Assist me!
The whole mountain is coming down!
Aye, a good deal of it anyway. Just as we hoped.
You knew this was going to happen?
It's what we came here for.
We had to strike this blow if our people are to survive. I'm heartily sorry for getting all of you killed as well.
I don't think we need to worry about death just yet. Look!
Durin's beard!
Well, this is a day I'll not soon forget. I've seen a few things in my time, but I've not flown on an eagle's back till today. Well, now that it's a bit easier to talk, let me thank you properly for saving our lives and bid you welcome to Nordenbad, our home. Notari's father, the Lord Gorin, will want to speak with you. Notary's gone ahead to report on the Gundabad raid and to tell him about everything you did for us.
We're grateful for the welcome, but in the rush of battle and our escape, I don't believe we actually caught your name.
Oh, confound me for an old fool. Bruni, son of Bane, at your service and your families. I'm captain of the Nordenbad Guard and a servant of Lord Gorin.
We would be pleased to speak with Lord Gordon.
Just make your way past the doors you see yonder and you'll find him within. The guards have been instructed to let you pass.
I suspect I'm the first man to see the inside of these halls.
I am certain I am the first elf to do so.
Here, sire, are those I spoke of. Allow me to present a kinsman, Farron of Erebor, and also Andriel and Eridan, his companions. We succeeded in our task, and I live to tell of it, thanks only to their aid.
You are most welcome here, kinsman. And no less so your companions, be they man, elf, or eagle. Welcome all to Nordenbad, last hall of the Longbeards in the Grey Mountains. You have returned to me, my son and my oldest friend, whom already I mourned as lost. For this, you will forever have my gratitude and the hospitality of these halls. Know that this is not something lightly given, for never before have we allowed any but our own folk to pass these gates, and no eyes have gazed upon the hidden lake of Azanzaram, save those of our close kindred. Yet for what you have done, I will gladly lay aside our ancient oath of secrecy.
We're glad to have been of service. All free folk should stand together in these dark days.
May I ask how it was you happened to be in so unlikely a place as Mount Gundabad? One does not go lightly into so foul a pit.
We were hunting a black-hearted servant of the enemy. He goes by the name of Agendour.
Agendour. We are familiar with that one. Curse his Blackheart.
He appeared before our gates some weeks past, and called us to parley, in the name of Sauron the Great, so he said.
A parley? What did he ask of you?
He demanded that we yield ourselves up to the mercy of Sauron, as if there was any mercy in the Dark Lord.
He lays claim to Nordenbad, telling us if we turn over our halls and riches without a fight, our lives will be spared, and we will be free to seek a new home elsewhere.
Of course, we would have nothing of that. When we defied him, he grew wrathful, threatening us with the fiery doom that overtook our ancestors.
What could he want with Nordenbad? I do not mean to offend, but these halls are very remote. Is it wealth he seeks?
Nay. Nordenbad provides for our needs, but never have we considered it rich, save in beauty.
I fear he may have allied himself with the dragon Orgast, who dwells in these parts. With such a beast at his command, we would have little hope of resisting him.
A dragon? But could even Agendour command the allegiance of a dragon?
Perhaps not on his own account, but if he speaks for the Dark Lord, even Orgast would think twice before offending him.
Nah. Dragons are wicked creatures, and their greed knows no bounds. Agendour only has to name the right price.
Maybe we should go after this dragon before he comes after us.
Huh. Destroy Orgast? If only it were that simple. The attack on Gundabad would be a peaceful stroll around the lake in comparison. If it were so easy to slay dragons, there would be many more dwarves still dwelling in these mountains.
Urgost has never taken notice of us before. We rather hoped it would stay that way.
I have heard it said it does not pay to leave a live dragon out of your calculations if you live near one.
We can't let Agendour have such a beast under his command.
Agreed. Where can we find Urgost?
You do not lack for courage, I will grant you. Yet we know not where the dragon dwells. No dwarf has discovered his lair and lived to tell of it.
Perhaps Radagast knows this secret, or can discover it. Seems there is little that happens in Wilderland that escapes his notice.
Where can we find Radagast?
He dwells within the forest of Mirkwood, away to the south. Perhaps your companion Belaram would know where to find him, for it is said that Radagast is a friend to the Lord of Eagles himself.
Then we should travel to Mirkwood. I am certain we will learn something of value speaking with Radagast.
Indeed. But before you set out, please accept a token of our gratitude. Seek out my steward Galar. I have instructed him to open our vaults to you. I believe you may find something within that will be of service in the days ahead.
Ah, you must be that ranger I've been hearing about. Word of you has spread like a beard on fire. I'm pleased to meet anyone who strikes a blow against the enemy. And I hear you struck a very hard blow indeed. So, how can I help you today?
You've hidden in this isolated cavern for a long time. Could it be that you found something precious, like mithril?
Oh, we've no such wealth as mithril here. Not that I haven't dreamt of finding a vein of true silver. I work iron and a bit of ordinary silver or gold. A few gems here and there. Mostly we hide to escape the notice of the dragons. Bad blood between dwarves and dragons as well, you know. And then there's all the orcs. Ah, but I dream of a day when we could trade for finer goods. I've been working on a silver belt studded with crystal, with a special mount for the gem I crave above all others. The gem that comes from no mine.
What gem is that?
Pearls! The most perfect and beautiful of precious things. How they glimmer and gleam. I've hoarded a small handful of white pearls, but even those won't satisfy me for this belt. My dream of perfection is nothing less than the fabled Black Pearl. I've heard rumor of them, but I fear I'll never see one.
I can't promise anything, but I'll keep an eye open for black pearls. If I can bring you one, I will.
Mighty good of you. You'll find me generous should you return. I mean, when you return. Anything else I can do for you?
I've carried with me a few artifacts that I found on my travels. What do you make of them?
Well, now, I'm no lore master, but these look to be the work of men. Ancient, beyond a doubt. Superb work. Some of the finest I've seen. Perhaps even the work of Westerness from Numenor, that now lies beneath the sea. I could put these together into a single weapon for you. And a superior weapon it would be. Mind you, I'd be applying my own craft to it, so it'll also have the qualities of a dwarf weapon.
And that would differ from an elven smith?
That's the way of it. An elven smith would bring certain qualities to the work if he were to put this together, but I think you'll be satisfied with what I can add as well.
I would be most pleased to have you do the work, Bury.
It'll be a pleasure to work on something new, or ancient in this case. Rest your heels while I get to work on this. There you go. That's a weapon that begs for an enemy to feel its wrath. May it serve you well against that foul, orc-loving Agendour.
It's magnificent work, Bury. You've honored my ancestors with such craftsmanship. Thank you.
So you're the Dunedain Ranger, eh? I can't see what all the fuss is about. I suppose you're tougher than you look, though I heard you had a dwarf helping you. Are you here to buy something? I've an excellent stock of the best Nordenbad craftwork, so speak up. Time's a-wasting.
Goran sent me to you. He said I should speak to you to receive a token of his gratitude.
Yes, yes. He may have mentioned it to me. It was rather too generous of him. Not that I don't appreciate what you did, but how does he expect me to increase our wealth by giving our best work away? Well, here you go. Take your pick. Are you here to buy something?
Boy, it's a fine day for pounding.
Who would have guessed that such a place still existed in these mountains?
Hello, Eridan. I do hope you've come to give me an account of your recent adventures.
Very well. When we reached Mount Gundabad, a fierce winter storm was raging. Our eagle companions seized us in their talons and lifted us to safety just as the mountainside came crashing down.
My goodness, what a harrowing tale. Your adventures seem to be getting more and more hair-raising all the time. Still, it makes for a good story. I really should get started on writing it all down. People will want to know about this someday. Oh, I really should have taken notes. So you're going to Mirkwood in order to find a dragon. It seems frighteningly familiar somehow. I do hope you will be careful. Dragons are serious business.
Why, of course. I'd nearly forgotten. But you have dealt with the dragon before.
Why, yes, I suppose there are not too many people who've come face to face with a dragon and lived to tell of it.
Do you have any advice to offer on dealing with them?
Advice? First I'd say stealing from them is generally a bad idea. I'd avoid that if you can. Secondly, should you find yourself in a pinch, try flattery.
Pardon me, but you said flattery?
Yes, strange as it may seem, I was rather complimentary when I spoke with old Smaug and found he took to flattery as readily as my niece Angelica. Yes, vain creatures, the both of them. I really hope you'll come back later and fill me in on how your adventures are progressing.
I shall, if time and fortune allow. Now, I should be on my way. Farewell.